Well, I'll be damned. It sure is surprising to be seeing you here now. I need a drink. You got any drinks here? I'm sorry. Looking back on what I've done, it seems pretty unforgivable. In fact, I'm not sure if I'll ever be able to forgive myself. But please understand, I felt that I was doing the right thing. Okay. No, if I'm being really honest with you and with myself, many times I didn't feel that what I was doing was right, but I was given orders to do it, and so I had to do it. I was just following orders, just like everyone else. I mean, can you blame me? I had to do what I had to do to survive in this crazy world. It wasn't my fault, I swear. I was just conforming and complying to the norms at the time. And I never thought that everything would be ruined and destroyed. I thought that everything would eventually go back to normal. You see, I wanted to believe that everything was being done for my own safety and the safety of everyone else. I didn't want to become infected with it. I didn't want other people to become infected with it. So I went along with covering my own face, and I forced other people to cover their faces. I isolated myself from my family and friends because I didn't want them to get sick. I was just doing what they were telling us to do. I mean, how could authority ever be wrong? My mind wasn't my own then. I know that now. But of course, now it's too late. That realization won't bring the old normal world back. So, shortly after it first began, I ended up getting pregnant. My boyfriend and I were staying home all the time, and well, we didn't really have anything fun to do except. Anyway, 9 months later, I gave birth to my beautiful daughter. It was the most amazing day of my life. I became a mother the moment she burst forth into the world from my womb. Of course, her father and I had our fair share of issues, and we didn't stay together for very long. He was a real piece of shit, that bastard, but he was also a real stud, and the sex was good. What? I'm just trying to remember some of the good times, okay? Sorry, I digress. So, anyway, I ended up raising our daughter myself. When it came time for her to go to school, mandatory shots and mandatory face coverings were the law of the land, so of course I went along with it. There were so many shots that were required, and I made sure that she got all of them at her pediatrician's office. I mean, I had to do it. It was what was required, and so I was just following the orders. Plus, I wanted her to be safe and healthy, even though I saw that she deteriorated after each one. First, it was the allergies and the eczema, and then she developed epilepsy, depression, and a real lack of empathy for others. all at such a young age. She also had respiratory issues and frequent respiratory infections from constantly wearing the face coverings, but she was so used to the face coverings that she didn't really know anything else, like how people used to be able to breathe openly without them. Shortly after she started going through puberty, we found out that she was infertile. By the time she was 15, she had never gotten a period, and then she just became more depressed because she thought she couldn't be a real woman. Of course, I had to get many shots after it started too. And then after trying to get pregnant for many times afterwards, I discovered that I was infertile too. If there's one thing I really wanted in that life, it was to be a mother to my own little Brady Bunch. But of course, that could never happen after getting the shots that I had to get every 6 months. You can't even say that any of this was self-inflicted, because I was just following the orders and trying to stay safe and healthy. I am the victim here, so please don't blame me for anything. Even though I saw that the old normal was gone and the new normal was here to stay indefinitely, I hoped and I prayed to you all the time that we could go back. But my prayers were never answered. So I just did what the government and the media said because I thought they had our best interests at heart. Little did I know they didn't have a heart. And they were controlling my mind and the minds of so many. My daughter ended up killing herself at 17 before she even graduated from high school because she was so miserable. And if I'm being honest, which I'm doing my damn best to be here now before you, I was miserable all those years too. But at least up until that point, I had my daughter in my life, and I loved her, even if she became a shell of a person after everything she'd been through. But then, just like that, I had nothing. No more children, no husband or relationship, and no family left alive, and no real friends even. I was all alone in the world. I owned nothing, and I know I was supposed to be happy about that, but I wasn't. I didn't even have you because I had lost faith in you. How could you let all of this happen, huh? Tell me, how? I was just doing what I was told to do by the authorities. Didn't they know what was best? I mean, I was just trying to be a good person and to stay safe. You know, many times I felt that deep down, I felt that I wasn't doing the right thing. As I increasingly watched the world become more and more of a living hell, even though most people were just following orders, I didn't trust myself and I didn't trust you. And that is the story of why I took my own life. Judge me harshly for it all you want, but I just couldn't go on living life the way that it was going. The world has been destroyed and you want to blame me for playing a part in its destruction? How dare you blame me? You're the one with all the power. You can do anything you want. I was just one person, one mere mortal. What power did I ever have? And now I'm just as upset about everything as you are. But please, please, tell me. Explain to me. Show me. How could all of this happen? Because I don't understand. I was just following orders.